up guys, my name is Wong and today we have a very cool car for you guys. Going on with all the Australian muscle cars that I've been driving lately, this is a Holden HSV. It's a Holden special vehicle and this is the E3 VE ClubSport R8. It is a weapon of a car, and straight off that bat you hear that roaring LS3 engine at the front of this car. That sounds ridiculous. It is 6.2 liters of absolute muscle. This engine is the LS3 from Chevrolet over in America. HSV decided to adopt this engine and to put them into their special vehicles as they've done here with this ClubSport R8. You can find these engines in the Camaro SS as well as the Z06 Corvette, so you know that this is a tried and tested engine. It's very, very throaty. This car has 325 kilowatts at the engine and 550 Newton meters of torque, and you hit peak torque at 4,200 RPM. This car is a 2013 model, and I love the way the VE ClubSport looks. This is the last of its iterations, being the E3, so the very final edition before the VF Holdens came about, and I really think the VEs look extremely unique. I love the way how the front looks super aggressive and the taillights look so unique. It's really unlike all the Commodores out there. In terms of the styling, not a lot of people like the way that this car is loud and intrusive, but I personally think it looks like a force to be reckoned with. As soon as you see it on the road, you know it's something else, and it's not your typical Holden. It's that HSV that you know has that heart-wrenching V8 of an engine, and you hear it instantaneously. The sound on this thing is produced through a Diphilipo set of headers, cats, and a full catback exhaust, and it really accentuates the sound of the LS3. It sounds so good that you really want to be on it 24/7. Oh my lord. And we're putting it through some corners here, and it masked away really well. You'd be surprised. This HSV is 1,800 kilos. That's a whole lot of weight, and that's excluding the fuel tank and the passengers in the car. And I think it's actually quite surprising. The steering wheel is very, very light in your fingertips, so navigating through the corners is quite easy. And there is also a substantial amount of feedback through the steering wheel. It still has the raw feeling of those old progressive cars. It doesn't have an electric power steering wheel, which is very, very good. So it's got that driver feedback that you want, despite it being a full-size sedan. And in saying that, you can have 5 passengers all at about 6 foot, and they can all fit very comfortably into this car. And that's what Holden's trying to push, a family-sized sedan which can take the kids to school. You can tow a huge trailer to the back of this car. It's got an amazing towing capacity as well, and you can enjoy the power of this throaty 6.2 liter engine. There's so much to like about this car, and it's no wonder why so many Australians love the HSV. It's strange though, it doesn't feel like that big of a car. This car is also upgraded with Pedders Springs, so it lowers the center of gravity a whole lot more, and it makes things much more planted. Oh my lord, this engine is ridiculous. As soon as you get off the clutch, there's instant power. I love how this car is a 3-pedal manual with all these attributes. It's weird to see that this car is also really quite refined. Holden has really pushed the fact that this car can be a daily, and sitting in the cabin of this car, immediately you feel welcomed by this spacious cabin and cockpit. These seats are ridiculously comfy, but they're not the tightest and hugging and supportive of seats. The steering wheel is extremely large. It's not designed for track usage, but for long distance cruising, it really is a stormtrooper. You can floor yourself down the highway for miles and miles. In addition, Holden has also upgraded the navigation infotainment system in the E3s. So you've got the EDI system, it's got Bluetooth, navigation, the latest in technology that Holden offered back in its day. And you see a few gauges and instances where Holden has sprinkled HSV throughout the interior. The manual transmission is quite smooth. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest transmission I've driven. It can be quite clunky at times, but when you're putting it through these corners and shifting it through the gears, it really just makes it so much more engaging. It's definitely not a go-kart in terms of its handling performance, but you know what? It makes for a very different driving experience. You feel the brute force and the muscle behind this HSV, and it tells you at every opportunity you drive the car. I've driven the competition of this car. We're talking about the Mercedes-Benz C63 W204. I've also driven the E92 M3 with the V8 as well, and this is Australia's offering of the V8 Brute. And for the money, this car truly trumps the whole competition. This is half the price of the E92 M3 when new, and also half the price of the C63 AMG when new. This car was $65,000 out of the gate when it was brand new. In saying that, now in the second-hand market, you're looking at spending between the range of $25,000 to $45,000. As of 2016, Holden stopped production of their HSVs, and so this is the very last of these cars, and it's a real shame. I've honestly had a blast driving this car. Huge shout out goes to the owner, Adrian, for letting me drive his pride and joy. It's been a huge treat. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, tell me what you like about this HSV Club Sport. And as well as that, consider subscribing, because I've got some more awesome Australian muscle cars coming real soon. And we haven't forgotten about the JDM and the Euro cars. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.